folks, and welcome to Cooking with Dan Leslie. My name is Janet Rapasardi-Hoff. I'll be your host this evening in Dan's Kitchen with Dan. Hi, Dan.
Hey guys.
How are you?
Good, good. How you guys doing? All right?
Very good, very good. Yeah.
Here we are again. Gonna whip some stuff up.
Yeah, what are we
Got
doing?
the soft shells. If we get time, we'll
Soft
cook those
shells.
up.
See, you know, when I
Telling you,
came
these are
to
looking
visit
beautiful.
you earlier in the week, I didn't know you had these.
I know. We should have told you, but
I
we
know.
forgot.
I know.
Let's see. They're all nice and cleaned.
Yeah.
In other words, we
beautiful.
don't rinse them off, bread them, and fling them in the deep fryer. Okay?
I don't like them like that.
No, these are nice, soft, beautiful, really well cleaned. If we get a
They're
chance, we'll
beautiful.
whip them up. But something tells me we will get a chance.
Okay.
We'll leave them over here.
You owe me.
I know, right? You're right. I had a couple dishes. I was going to do a steak dish. We haven't done in some time. It's with a hot tomato sauce over some linguine and
Hot tomato.
I was going
What
to
else
do
do
a
we
roast
have?
pork dish with a little Dijon sauce and
Oh.
some portobello mushroom. And once again, it's getting to be summertime out there, and you're looking for lighter dishes than that.
That's right.
And we were going to just throw a little pesto together to go over with our viewers if they did buy that and wanted to whip a little together. How we try to do it here at Uncle Dan's Fun Time Cafe. So I guess we'll do the pork first. It's going to take the longest.
Okay.
We just have a boneless pork loin here. Okay. Not real well trimmed, but a lot of this is going to burn off. All right. It's just going to a lot of the fat will get seared off. It's almost like you can have a little fat on there. You don't have to have the doggone thing totally lean, even though it is May and we're all getting tuned up for bathing suit weather, huh? All right, we'll give this a start.
So how's the golf game going?
I'm bad. Getting
You-
worse as
you
I get
were
older.
out yesterday, weren't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Got my brains beat in again.
No way.
Not
No
really,
way.
but I've just been. I haven't been any help to my partners. You feel like a real load. But once again, I'm revamping my swing. So we'll cut a piece of this off, like so. Decent.
Okay.
And all we're going to do is sear that up and season it a little bit, roast it, and we'll create a little sauce in the pan for when it comes out. Going to get a little oil in here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll put the old pork in there. We're going to brown it on both sides. Might need a little more oil. I am looking to get some color, and to use this pan to use as a base in the pan. Then we bring the color up, and we're going to create a little Dijon mustard sauce out of it. I got some of our demi-glace
Oh,
here.
I love that. I just
Got our
love
veal
that
reduction
demi-glace.
here. Get the marrow out of the bones. This stuff is like a gelatin. The club I belong to in Denville that I don't think they remember that stuff exists. Base sauces, base stocks,
Yes.
time and money.
And the marrow has so many vitamins too.
See that?
They do. It's chock with vitamins.
That's right.
So it's healthy for you.
Put that lid on there so it doesn't splatter all over the place, and we can get the heat up a little bit. Yeah. We'll roast this in the oven while that's cooking. We'll try another dish, okay? We'll do the steak or something like that. I do have my red sauce out here. I love that arrabbiata. I like it plain. I like it with beef, chicken, shrimp, or pork. We're just going to happen to do steak today. We're leaning towards the carne side of town.
Oh, the arrabbiata has a little pepper in it too.
Yeah,
doesn't
it means it's hot, angry, or something. I believe the translation is.
Just read one of those food articles that says that if you put a little pepper in your sauce, it's good for your metabolism.
A little pepper?
A little pepper.
My metabolism must be through the roof then. No, but I like hot pepper. We've been we have our ground pepper that we use. We take those pepper seeds and we grind them up kind of finely. We can distribute it through the dish a little more easily. And I also like to add a few of these hot cherry peppers.
Ooh,
We're going to
yes.
julienne these and saute them a little, soften them, so it really gives the dish a kick.
We like it kicking in here, don't we?
Like it kicking.
Like it kicking. Oh, sure. Woo!
Help! Just trying to minimize the amount of oil that I'm using, that's all. But, so what do you have planned for the summer? Anything?
Nothing really
Nothing
special.
major?
Not yet.
Right.
Not yet.
Yeah, that impromptu, let's just get out of here for a few days thing, maybe.
That would be good. That would be good.
We're going to the clan meeting down the seashore again.
The clam meeting?
The clan.
What's the, oh, the clan.
Our clan,
the
right,
clan.
right.
Well, you know, we usually go to Cape Cod, but we haven't been there for the last couple of years.
Yeah?
We have a couple of very, very good friends have a summer house up there. So they're thinking we don't love them anymore. It's not true.
Right, we're gonna fall back in love, don't
Yeah.
worry. It's unbelievable. You can't you don't swim up there, do you?
Yeah, yeah, a little.
You
Yeah.
know that whole
It's-
Maine thing. I heard Maine is beautiful and everything like that, and it must be a million and one things to do, and it's crystal clear in that.
Oh, it is.
But
It's
I
nice.
heard you can't go in the water and stuff.
It's freezing.
Not that the whole summer thing
Oh,
has got to
it's so
be based on
cold.
swimming, but holy smokes!
It is. The water is very cold up there.
Yeah, but there are people that do go to Maine that just swear by it. They wouldn't trade it for anything else.
Oh,
you
that's
know?
true. Well, it is. It's beautiful up there. Well, they've got the crafters, and they have different types of food vendors, and it's a week-long event or a weekend event. I'm not really sure.
Really?
4 days ago.
4 days, 3 or 4 days.
All right, we've got a little shallot here. We've got some ground shallot. Gonna put that in the pan. That's a little more than I think I need. Gonna add a little white wine to it.
Ooh.
Bring the bottom of that pan up. Got some Dijon mustard. This is the whole grain type of mustard. You can use any type you want. You can use Gouldens for that matter, but this stuff is really nice. Very flavorful. Got a little zip to it. I'm gonna add a little of this demi-glace.
Oh, love it.
Got a little stock here. And add a little, I'll add the cream later. And I have some green peppercorns. That will add to it. And we'll just keep this hanging around and we'll bring it together
Oh,
in a little while.
I wish the folks could could savor that aroma. It's just
Yeah, it smells very
incredible.
good.
Oh, it really does.
I'm just gonna add a little salt and pepper
beautiful.
to the pork.
It's a nice golden color.
Right. We're gonna put that in the oven. Just spritz of oil to help it along. We'll put it in here and we'll check on it in a little while. I have this in at 450. I guess we'll leave our sauce here. I guess we could try to do our pesto now. We'll try that. Okay, we've got a little ground up here. We got some olive oil and garlic. I don't have the nuts in it. Nuts are optional, I
the
guess.
pine
The
nuts?
pine nuts or walnuts, you can, that's great. Add them in, and to me, the essence of it is the pesto itself. It's nice to get good basil leaves, nice green leaves like this. I believe these are Israeli leaves.
Israeli.
They had to smuggle them past the Palestinians to get this basil here to Luzzies. Okay. Thank you. I'm really pleased about that.
Okay, I won't ask any more questions about those.
All right, the main thing with the pesto to me is that that you don't want to put the basil on a flame, and you've got to get the dish. It's not going to be, there's ways of making it hot. We've got some rolling water here. We're going to put the linguine. We're going to use linguine. You can use, of course, any type of pasta that you like, and we're going to toss it in a little bowl here. So you can either put the bowl on top of your water, you can put it in the oven. I'm going to put it in the oven while we're getting this together. So if you have an oven on, and you don't even have to do that. I mean, if it's 100 degrees outside and you're having a little pesto, this is just to give it a little jump and make the dish hotter for you without putting it on the flame. And it's very good also to have, you don't want to be taking the pesto right out of the ice box and making the dish. Get stuff like this to room temperature, okay? Alrighty. I guess we should put the linguine in the agua. I've cooked some off here, al dente. Still got some nice yellow color to it. And you know, this is good if you maybe cooked off a little chicken or shrimp or something. You had it sitting right there out on the counter. Once again, room temperature. You don't have to be cooking it with the oil and then the basil and stuff. You know, take some chicken and saute or grill it off. Some shrimp, just parboil or something. Don't put it back in the fridge. Leave it on the counter for an hour or something like that, unless it's 1,000 degrees outside. But I'm saying once you finish the dish, just toss it in and eat it like that. You know, so
Great.
if you're going to be consumed with having this piping hot, you know, I think you're going to run into trouble with this. If you're more a person that can handle food, not room temperature, but with that, you know, not steam coming off it, where it's burning the roof of your mouth. That's better for this dish.
And that's all it is, just a few seconds. I can see
Right.
the steam coming off the top.
Oh
of
yeah,
the-
well it was boiling water and
Sure.
it's a thin noodle. We don't have to simmer it in there for a while. You know,
Okay.
it's basically cooked off. And I'll take my little bowlie out. Pork's starting to sizzle. All right, I've got some nice extra virgin olive oil. Actually, this is warm. It's been sitting over here. We'll put our pasta into the bowl.
Oh,
Hopefully
that
it's
bowl
not going to
is-
cling to the
that bowl is hot.
the bowl. Could be, it might be too hot, folks. Another Dan Boo Boo could be happening live and in color. Gonna add a little oil.
No, I think you're okay, Dan.
Gonna add a little salt, pepper. I'm gonna put a little granulated garlic in there for a little zip zip. Put some Parmesan in.
I like garlic.
I should have cooked a couple of shrimp off just to, you know, emphasize the. Gonna put some pesto in here. You know, if you get good basil, it can be really nice and sweet.
Oh, wow.
You know, that you
Yeah.
get. Gonna need twice as much oil as I put in here.
That is so fresh.
Yeah, we get some nice basil
Oh, it's beautiful.
from our good friends at the old Rockaway Market.
And you're right, basil is so fragile. You really have to
Really
be very
have to
careful
watch
with
it,
it.
right.
Yeah.
I have never done that. I want to just put a couple leaves in there just to see if they break down a little bit. See how that works. We'll try it here and see what it comes out like. I don't think it's going to hurt anything. We primarily got the pesto in here. Got to really mix it well.
I can hear
You can
that
al-
pork sizzling.
Right.
Mm.
Just don't want to add too much at one time. I always go a little bit at a time.
That's a good idea, too. Once you go too much, you can't go backwards.
Right, you can't go back. Can you cook some more linguine? Hurry up! You know,
Can't go backwards.
can't go backwards. Right. Try a little more. And like I said, you can always put a little cheese on top. And this is just great. You can toss it together in 3 seconds, as you've just seen us do. Toss it on a nice little plate. I gotta watch grabbing it. It's hot. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And let's see how we'll garnish this. We'll move a couple of these leaves around here. Guess we'll have them on the top. And we're just gonna put a little paprika with it.
Mm,
Maybe
that's a nice little touch.
yeah, nice little touch. Maybe a little more in the center. You can
Oh,
stir that
sure.
around, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Dot or two here and there. Do we have some paprika? We do, we do. Just put it around the perimeter like that. Yeah, I should have gotten some chicken or shrimp just to give you the good idea to get that feeling like you had a complete meal on one plate. You know, some people want a little more than just the pasta dish. That's basically a little linguine with pesto.
Okay, so we have an empty pan here.
Yes, we're going with an empty
That
pan
is-
where the pork is
What are we
roaring along
doing
there.
in there? Yeah, it
We're
is,
gonna
I
put
can
this
hear
steak
it.
in the pan,
Okay.
and It's not one of our brick steaks. We got a big cut
Oh, I
of steak,
love
right?
those.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Got a nice
Oh,
big
yeah.
brick going. We got a little pretty well trimmed New York strip steak, and we're going to add a little oil to the pan. I'm going to try to minimize the oil here if I can. We're going to try to brown this to get some of the flavor of the beef into the pan. And if it doesn't work, if we don't brown it properly, I always have my old little demi-glaze here to make things just the way I want. I'll get this sauce ready. I think that pork's going to be ready pretty soon.
Oh yeah, that
See the grains, that's the
that
shallot and
looks
the
really
mustard there.
nice.
Gonna add a couple little items to it, it'll look nice.
Okay.
Maybe that pork, I think it's just about done. Maybe while the steak's cooking, we could finish it on up. I could use another pasta, but I do have linguine here. The steak arrabbiata is gonna get sliced over a nice red sauce based, a red sauce with a beef based into it, and we were gonna put it on a little pasta. So I'll just use the linguine again. I don't want to be wasteful. Stir it up in the water. And once again, I want to get all the water off this. I mean, somebody that I'm very close to that happens to live in the same house and share the same bed with me, but I won't bring her name up.
Rosemary.
Went with the ravioli the other night, the red sauce, the water, the ravioli. They didn't get drained, steamed off. They got scooped out, but with a slotted spoon. Now, ask me if there was any water in the dish anyway.
Was there any water in the dish anyway?
A tad. I'll go with a tad.
Oh, brother.
Boy, can you imagine being married to me?
Oh,
jeez, that
boy.
poor girl. All right. The pork, we're going to take it out and just let it rest for a second. All right. There we go. I shall place our little pan over here. And we can leave that sit for a second on the board.
Okay.
And, all right, we'll just get the sauce going.
Oh, you have a special little surprise in the oven, don't you?
Do I?
I think.
I don't think so.
You don't think?
What? What? I can't remember.
I thought I saw one of those twice-baked potatoes.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I was looking for one of those.
That's right,
and then
I almost
all
forgot
of a
about it.
sudden, yeah. You're hiding that from me.
I cooked a couple of portobello. Just got to sneak that one off for my breakfast. But I've got a couple of portobello mushrooms here. I cooked them off earlier, and we're just going to warm them up in the sauce. I like the way they go with this dish. I'm going to bring that to a little boil. I think I need a little more stock in there to get this sauce the way I want it. I'm also bringing the beef along a little too rapidly.
Great.
Right. Again, we have our shallot, Dijon mustard, white wine in there, green peppercorns. We've got a real mouthful in here, I'll tell you what. Check the steak first. Uh-oh, it's looking like we're going to need the old demi-glaze in that one. It's not browning that well. And add a little cream.
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit of butter to finish the dish.
And you really don't need that much cream then.
No.
Very little.
Yeah, well, it helps by putting it in late. If I put it in a little earlier, the color would turn a little more. I'm just trying to get this one color. I'll take our pork and I'll set it on the plate. I guess I could put it to the side and I'll put the potato on here with it.
Oh, so we will see the potato.
The potato will surface.
Okay.
Let me see. I'll just put the potato on the side. I want to put the pork in the center because I want to put these mushrooms around it. Put our scallion in there.
Okay.
I like this. We're going a little semi-French nouvelle. I could have made a bigger mess of the mushrooms, don't you think?
I was gonna say,
Could
you're gonna
I
have to
made a little
clean that
more?
up a
Right,
little.
right. I'm gonna put this right over the top. Set some of the sauce around.
Okay.
Could have put a little more cream in there, I think. You know, the color would have been a little prettier. I might fix that before we get back on camera again.
Sure.
And maybe a stalk or two on top. Yay or nay on the edibility there. But there's a little pork Dijon with some green peppercorns and some portobello mushrooms as a garnish.
Okay, so we have our next meat dish.
Right, we have took our steak out of the pan. I don't know
Right.
how it's cooked. Hopefully it's in the medium area somewhere. And I'm going to julienne up these hot peppers. I'm going to break them down a little bit in the pan here.
Okay.
Then we're going to make our sauce. Whoa, these are hot.
Oh, yeah. So we're really looking for these to get a little soft before you
Yeah.
add anything else.
I like the way it
Okay.
works with the dish. How's our pasta doing? It's okay, I believe. Yeah. It's still very hot, you can see, but there's no water on it. And it's al dente. Yippee! All right, we got a little marinara. And the marinara itself will bring up the base of the pan. I don't know what I'd do without these plastic containers, I'll tell you. All right, you see the colors working a little bit, right?
Right.
Means we have some good base flavor coming into it. And then we're going to really give it a hammer job here by putting some of this. I mean, it's
Oh,
hot.
boy.
I mean, you can cool it back a little bit, but, you know, this is a hot dish. So tell our girls, I said, you know, I don't need anybody coming up from Irvington, Nutley, you know, Bloomfield area. Tell me it's men's and men's on the heat. Hot is hot.
I like it hot.
I don't want to get it too thick here now. I might even add a little bit of stock to it, just to loosen it a little bit while we're blending the flavors.
And actually, the peppers gave it a deeper, kind of a deeper color, didn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
This is nice. I like this sort of thing. All right, now we're going to get a plate. And we're going to slice the beefy. Hopefully it's not too done. I was messing. Oh boy, it's too done. A little red, but
Oh, you got a little
messing
pink
around.
in there.
I know. I was messing around with that doggone pork dish. Shows I can't.
I'm not particular, Dan. Looks good to me.
It does.
Yeah, it's a medium well, folks. Uncle Dan missing again. I think I'm about 0 for 4 now.
Oh, for 4.
The last time I've done a few of these items.
Oh.
All right,
boy.
how are we going to plate this up? I guess what we're going to do first is get our pasta to the sauce.
Oh, oh, that's okay. All right. Just sort of mix that with the sauce.
I have been doing
Okay,
a
there
little
we
basil
go.
with this. I got to put a little on top and see how it looks. But we are going to have a little activity here with the steak, because I wanted to garnish the plate with the steak. So we'll have to take a look, see what it looks like.
Oh, that's nice.
Get all the linguine out if I can. Doggone it. I'm going to have trouble getting it all out. And I'm trying to think, should I? I'll put this on first. Like that. Nice imported tomatoes
nice.
here. They're very
Mm.
sweet. Excuse me, folks. A little perspiration. And how am I going to do this with the basil? I know what I could do. I'm going to set the beef around it like that. Oh, this isn't horrible. Well,
Of course
I'm just beating
it's not.
myself up. It's in the
okay.
good
I
zone.
like it like this.
I can see the pink.
I guess we'll do it like that. That's enough. Clean this up a little bit. Just going to add a little. How can I do the basil? And trying to think of where to put that. I don't have to have it,
Oh,
I
just
guess.
a couple of leaves just on
You
the
know what?
top.
I could go in between. maybe there, like that.
Oh, okay.
I'll try
That's
this.
not bad.
A
Sure.
little drizzle in between,
We've got a little color.
each. I like the basil jumping in here to the red
Very
sauce.
middle.
You know what I'll do there?
What are you
I'll
gonna
put
do
this,
there?
I have a little ricotta cheese. Maybe cool the dish off a little bit.
Oh,
Put a nice
that's a
little
surprise.
dollop of that there.
Okay.
Put it down in the center. Then we'll put a little drizzle into there. There we go.
Perfect.
There we are. Got a little steak arrabbiata here. Some real hot stuff with some steak.
Well, thanks again for joining us this evening, folks, in Dan's dining room, where we're going to review what we did in the kitchen. And I noticed that you did bring out the choice baked potato for me.
Dude,
You
the
weren't going to
potato-
get away with that, you know.
These potatoes are getting popular. They're
Okay.
really good.
Oh, but you know what? You know what? You forgot? Soft shell crabs.
Forgot the crabs again,
You-
folks. We'll get them on the next show, I guess.
Didn't have enough time, I guess.
But they're here. They're looking good. And yeah, we ran out of time, but we'll do it the next time.
You better promise me.
Oh, you know it.
Okay.
We had our linguine with pesto, olive oil. As you can see, is about 25% more olive oil than we needed. That twice baked potato, we have a little chopped scallion and roasted garlic in there. There's some cream and some butter, salt and pepper and stuff. It's really good, really nice, and goes well with some of these demi-glazed, more cream-based dishes like this pork Dijon with the green peppercorns and the garnish of the portobello mushrooms. It's a nice combination. And this little baby here is smoking hot. This sauce is really fiery hot, and it's got the beef with it, a little ricotta cheese to cool it off. So there we have it.
So there we have it. And I think we're out of here. It's the end of the evening, and we're on our way. We hope you have a healthy and happy rest of the evening, and we'll see you again next week.